Good morning, everybody. Amber Jane here. We're giving you a State of the Island address this morning. I have a whole bunch of stuff I want to bring everybody up to speed on around here. It's all positive, nothing negative. It's all good stuff. We're out here in the garage right now, which is where we currently hold all of our stuff from the Amazon wish list, as well as feeding our dogs. As you can see, we're in the middle of feeding. Show me Angel. Angel's eating right now. Rita's scoping her out. So I got three things out here I'm going to go over, and then I'm going to take you all back to the pool and go over a little bit about the pool. In here, so first and foremost, there's been a couple questions, and I realize it's been a long time since we posted this. You guys that have been here for a long time know where this all started, where it came from. But it's coming a question about our living conditions as far as, the nice house. My car's been in a lot of the videos. It's a nice car, decent Explorer out there. I just want everybody to know, I came into this thing pretty liquid, and for the first year and a half, I actually did it 100% out of pocket. I never thought I'd ask for money. I could do it with my old hardwood flooring business that I did. This house I've been living in for now 15, 16 years. I've got a very small mortgage on it, believe it or not. The cars, they're paid off, and I purchased them. Well, I purchased the Charger 2 years before I ever started this, paid off in cash. The Explorer, I actually had a Mercedes as well. I got that in an accident. I used the money from that to pay off and get a grocery getter Explorer so that I could haul more dogs to vet trips and stuff like that. So I want you guys to know that all the money obviously does go to us. The money that comes in, believe it or not, 5% or so is, and these figures are completely made up, but just based they're roundabouts. 5% comes in from true donations, people that just donate out of the goodness of their heart, and that includes a couple of very large ones we've had from organizations such as United Way and so forth. I would say 20% comes from our magnet fundraisers every month, another 5% from our merchandise. But the other 70% of all the money that comes in here that helps this place run and operate and saves up for our future is coming from our health site. All the CBD products and all the health products, the Mag 7 sprays, probiotics and all this stuff, and as we continue to grow, hopefully dog food, etc. That's all coming, all the money's coming from the proceeds from that. And I feel so good about that because that actually helps your guys' dogs too. Those of you that use our products can attest to this. So it's a great feeling all the way around, and that is not a separate company. I kept that a part of this company. It's all 100% part of the Big Guys Little World Sanctuary, because as a corporation, if I'm for profit, I have to pay 10% on any bit of profit that I have to the government, and I'd much rather have all that money go for the dog. So that's a quick rundown of how things go here. Second thing I wanted to tell you about is that you guys can vouch for this. I don't normally, hi Angel Mama, I don't normally ask for donations on our Amazon wish list on my page. Now, Connie has her spinoff page, the Mother of the Island, for those of you that don't already follow it, and a couple of the other pages. And when we do asking for donations for our Amazon stuff, I asked her to do it on her page. Now, there's two reasons for that. One, still to this day, I hate asking for stuff, even though I do. I don't like it. Second off, I'm very well aware of the power and influence that we have, and I'm so grateful for everything you guys do for me. So I wanted to give you a quick pan around. Some of our biggest items that come on the wish list are paper towels up here and pee pads. Now, to give you an idea, before we posted this, we were down to 2 shelves of pee pads. That's how quickly we go through them. And we were down to maybe about a dozen bounties. Connie, out of the goodness of her heart, because I was out of town, didn't check with me first, and just did it. She made a very adorable post with Quinny on it, asking for stuff for our Amazon wish list. And as I knew, I came home to quite a bit. So I want to say, first off, thank you guys so much for, I know, like I said, if we just ask what we're capable of attaining. And I don't ever want to abuse that power, because it is truly, it's impressive, it's overwhelming. So I want to say thank you. This stuff we're going to leave an abbreviated version of our wish list up for anybody that still wants to donate. And I'll explain this in a minute. Lowe's gift cards are probably the biggest thing right now. So like I said, I'll explain that in a minute. But, even though I'm leaving these main ticket items up, I won't be looking for any, I will let them dwindle down. So I believe this is going to get us probably well into January, February. That's how great you guys are. Don't give that look. I know we go through a lot of stuff, but so I want to say thank you. And for everybody that does donate to the wish list, we're starting to get into, I have somebody here that when they come in, they'll run through the tickets, and we actually have an automated thank you. I know it's not personalized enough, but as you can see, again, the overwhelming response, it's very hard to donate the time to getting all that done. But we will get, almost everybody, unless we've missed one because it has been a little bit disorganized with the inflow of stuff. We'll get everybody a thank you out through Amazon as quickly as possible. So moving on to other things around here on the island. I've got an electrician coming in. As you know, we've remodeled this entire garage. We put a feeding station out here. We put a washer and dryer out here. But basically it's still a garage. It's very hot right now in the summer, and in the wintertime it's going to be cold. And we're going to have to forego Florida for a little bit because I'm still not ready to put a GoFundMe up. I'm starting to see other people are doing it, whether they beat us to the punch or not. I just don't want to be part of this influx of everybody asking for money, to try to build their dream of a sanctuary, even though I have a pretty good idea of how I want to do it. I just want to perfect everything before I start going to that route. And another thing that we're doing is a lot of the finances that are coming in, the extra money from the health stuff that I've been saving up for Florida is actually going back into research and development, especially when it's considering the dog food. We're talking quite a substantial amount of money to get this thing started. Now when it goes, and you guys can attest to this in the health and awareness group, we're going to be able to write our own ticket at that point. So I feel it's more important right now, unfortunately for us, to stay here until such time as we can launch that and it builds a backbone. So in doing so, I have to plan this place better because we are at capacity here. And even though we're very clean, it's hectic for all of us, man. It's a nightmare. No, we're not living as comfortably as we should. Even the staff and volunteers, it's stressful, especially with doing the new feeding schedules. So I have to figure out how to fix this. So I'm going to be spending a substantial amount of money on a very large 2-story, 2-car, we're going to call it a shed on a concrete pad. I'm going to be putting it out there before wintertime this year. In doing so, and again, it's going to be a big amount of money I'm going to have to spend on this. I don't know if I should say it or not, but we're looking probably at like 40, 50 grand. But we need it. Everything that's at that point, everything that you guys see that's in here, all of the storage that's in my basement, my motorcycle that I never seem to get to ride anymore, all of this is going into that 2-story shed so that we can have an organized system for all kind of storage here. And then what do we do with this room then? So the other big ticket item that we're doing, this is what the Lowe's gift cards come in handy for, is these garage doors. They're older. I'm going to turn this room into a full-time feeding station. So I have an electrician. He's already scheduled Monday coming in. We've got a very large heater coming into here. We've got heaters going out on the back patio so they can at least, and they're safe, they're waterproof, fully, electric, properly done, so that they can actually be outside a little bit in the wintertime to try to get at least on the deck to go to the bathroom and get a little bit of outside. But we live in a colder climate in the winter, so it's hard. So in here, we're putting the heater in. I'm getting newer, thicker, very well insulated garage doors. I'm hoping I can find one with a door in it so we can walk in and out to get to the shed. In doing so, I'm doing an epoxy floor in here, and I'm turning this. All of this stuff is literally going to be gone, other than the cabinets and the washer and dryer. And this is going to become a gigantic playroom that the dogs can use. Not just for feedings, but partially throughout the day. Many of the dogs we've learned like to be out here, but I need to climate control it at least, in the wintertime and all that. So that's what we're doing now to get through at least this winter, and we'll see how things go into next year. Let me think. I think that's it for this part of it. Yeah, I think that's it. So we got one more thing to talk about, and that would be the pool, and we'll go out and talk about that in a second. And for this part, we'll hold the #1 water baby herself, my baby, my queen, Kira. Actually, I'm not gonna hold her. She's heavier than Amber Jane. Fat girl want cake. Hi, Tony Stark. So for the pool, as you guys know, we started doing videos. As long as the weather holds out, we're gonna let these guys swim as much as we can. And the reason I'm telling you about this is I'm getting comments, and I'm working on this, guys. I'm not gonna be negative. I'm not gonna throw anybody on the bus, but I still get the comments of, that baby shouldn't be in the pool. You got to do it this way. You should put a ledge in. You should do that. Oh, there we go. Sorry. I'm sorry. That's probably not the tone, but that's the way it reads. Mm-hmm. So I want to address all that. This is an above ground pool. I don't want to put permanent structures around it. I certainly don't want to give them the option to climb out on a ledge where they could fall 4 feet to the ground. So when I do the pool, it's not by myself. I got at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 people helping me out. So we got video people, we got people putting the dogs in with me. I am there. I'm an accomplished swimmer. Okay, I'm not an Olympic or anything like that. But when I grew up, I did all my swimming courses. I got everything but my lifeguard patch. So I can, believe it or not, this guy can swim. So I'm putting every single one of these dogs through the pool, and the reason I'm doing that, obviously, there's therapeutic reasons, right? It's great for their joints and everything like that, especially the ones that are older or do have slight issues. But we are finding, as you can imagine, not every dog is a water baby. Okay, they should all learn to swim. But they're not all of them are accomplished and great at it. Kira, for one, is amazing. Jasmine, amazing. Tony Stark, pretty damn good. But we've got other ones that, and again, I'm telling you this because I'm going to show you some of the videos that are kind of fails. Ones like Tank Tank. Even Quinny was like this at first. Quinny Could not swim when I first, when I first started to try to get her to do so. And over time, she learned to be a very good swimmer. So just because they can't swim great, if they can go through the motions and it just seems like they're struggling a little bit, you keep pushing them. And now, like I said, Quinny's an amazing swimmer.
Just like a kid.
Yeah, just like a child, just like you or I when we were little. Now Tank, on the other hand, and we got a great slow motion video of this poor guy. His eyes are bugged out. Some of them, yes, their eyes are bugged out. That baby's scared. Well, of course they're scared. They've never been in the water before. You got to conquer your fears. That's what we're here to do. So, like Tank, he struggled, man. He did. But he's one I want to work with. I'm going to get him in there. Why? Because even though he struggled and he was a little scared, he can do it. So next time he's going to be less scared, a little bit better. And if I can keep working with him like that, it's great, I think. But there are certain ones, and like Nugget you would think is an exception, but I knew there was something about her. I took her swimming with me one time and she kind of got away from me, and I could tell, wow, she can do this. I said, so let's try it. That's why you got to see the cool Nugget video. But there's other ones. A perfect example, anybody with a dog with hydrocephalus, or I'm sorry, not hydrocephalus, cerebellar hypoplasia. I know it seems like common sense, but I as long as I'm there for them, I want to see. I just want to see. Well, we tried Lolo, we tried Lola, and we tried Rocky. And even though Rocky doesn't have it, Rocky's got his own neurological issues. And it was clear, especially with the cerebellar hypoplasias, that they can't actually, because their muscles don't connect to their brain to do the same thing when they want it to anyway. That's why they're all wobbly and all over the place. That their back legs wouldn't work. They just kind of went out stiff. But most importantly, because of this wobbly, well, their faces are starting to smack down in the pool. So ones like Boo Boo and Lulu and even Diz, I'm not gonna even attempt it with them. Lolo did pretty good. I have a video where he did pretty damn good, but I just still wouldn't trust it. It's not something he needs to do because it's too much of a risk. And Lola, God bless her heart, she was not only terrified, but I held her the whole time. But you could see even holding her, you had to keep her up high enough because her face kept going in the water. And that's just too scary. So there are a few here that you're not going to get to see, and that's probably it. I don't know if I'm going to do Tokyo. We have Buster. He's pretty old. I don't know if I'm going to do him. You're going to hopefully see Yin and Yang if there's enough time. Georgie, yes, you will see him. Try at least. But I want everybody to know that I carefully and thoroughly think this through. I want to give all of them the experience and the opportunity, but I learn as I go as well, with as much safety as I can provide at the time, and that's how we're learning. So I see some that are scared. You're going to see videos. Bug eyes, and you think they're freaking out, especially Mouse. But you guys know Mouse's eyes are always bugged out. So
see her when she's eating,
when somebody's trying to touch me, when she's swimming. So you're going to see a lot of them where they look scared, and maybe in some cases they are a little scared. But like I said, we're going to get them past those fears. We're going to make accomplished swimmers out of every single one that we can. Always pushing their boundaries without ever breaking their trust. That's my motto. So thank you guys for that, and just want to prepare you, because now that I've said this, I'm probably going to be a little short-tempered and impatient with anybody that continues to comment with those comments, because those of you that are watching this understand that I've already thought of those things, okay, and I can determine on my own which ones can't. But it doesn't mean I'm going to sit here and deny all of them just because I think this one won't do it. You got to at least give them the opportunity. So there you go. There's the pool part.